SprintCarUnlimited.com's Jeremy Elliott here with Dirt Track Digest, Mike Mallett.
Back.
You are back.
I'm back.
We're happy to have you.
Yeah, it's good to be here at Volusia. It's nice. It's going to be a good weekend here for me. Get a couple nights of racing and then head back home, but then come back next weekend for the big block modifieds. So I haven't been down for the Outlaws in a long time, so it's nice to be here for the Outlaws and finally see some racing.
We're going to recap the first three nights, obviously, two with the All-Star Circuit of Champions, one with the World of Outlaws. And, Mike, one of the big stories of the weekend so far is Darren Pittman, 3 podiums, a win last night in the World of Outlaws season opener. DIRTCar Nationals so far has been good to the Roth Motorsports team.
Yeah, of all the guys that have switched teams and so on, they've all looked decent. They haven't looked bad, but Pittman definitely is at the top of that game right now. He has had a phenomenal week. I think he's led every race so far. Had some hiccups here and there, but to come out of the gate as strong as he had is impressive. Especially, again, it's tough to get 3 podiums. Those are all-star races, those first 2, but when you look at the level of competition that was in those all-star races, it was still, the same guys that he's racing here with the World of Outlaws now. So it's been an impressive start for the Roth team with Darren Pittman.
Well, and it should be noted that, this is the perfect place for them to start. When he was at KKR, they always had some pretty good runs here. So I think that couldn't have worked out any better for them coming into the season. Another guy that's looked good is Shane Stewart. Comes out a couple nights ago, wins the All-Star race. Led last night in the Outlaw season opener, finished second, but still a pretty good start in that they're showing speed, and he was able to finish, like I said, a couple nights ago.
Yeah, again, when the offseason, when all these ride changes and all that stuff happened, you weren't sure how things were going to go. How did teams mesh? How do they come together early on? That's important. And momentum coming out of here is essential to all of these guys. So, I want to say almost every guy that switched teams or moved up has had a good week so far. Nobody's really had that week like, oh boy, that's terrible. They've been able to come out of the gate strong, look good out of the gate, and it's hard to pick who's going to win each night because everybody has looked so good.
One guy who hasn't won yet, which may be a surprise, is Donnie Schatz. I would caution people, though, he has passed the most cars, passed 31 cars in the first 2 races, started 22nd, made it obviously up to 4th the one night, came up to like 9th the other, and then last night came from 10th up to 5th. So he's passing cars, he looks good racing, so I think it's only a matter of time.
It's 2 races in, 3 races in here. We're nitpicking Donnie Schatz already, and he's passing race cars. As always, of course, there's an adjustment period there with them, too. They made a couple of changes in the offseason, so that's something that they got to deal with. Time trials, pill draw, all that, is that a factor in it as well? I don't think you have anything to worry about with Donnie Schatz because he's elite. He's going to get it done, and Donnie Schatz will find a way to get to the front, and eventually he's going to crack through for a couple of wins.
Here we go with the elite. Use the word. Brad Sweet has won already. I don't know if he struggled a little last night, but a solid 4th place finish. One thing I will say about Brad, that commitment to run the bottom that he showed at the Knoxville Nationals when he won the Sprint Car Racing's biggest race last year, it's carried over. That's how he won Thursday. Looked real good on the bottom. Darren Pittman did it last night. I think people are starting to watch Schatz and how he gets it done, and I think that's kind of carried over to some other teams.
I think the thing with Schatz is that's a little different. You can run the bottom. Most guys can run the top here. I think the thing that makes Schatz in that next level, though, is when he runs through the middle. Schatz is the one guy that if there's not a middle, he'll find a way to make the middle work. Have we seen that here a little bit? But we will see how it goes. But when they can start running the middle, then they're stepping up a little bit more. The bottom obviously is key, to not just be the hammer up there on the cushion, but being able to run the bottom is good. But when you can start going and passing cars in the middle, that takes you to the next level.
I think there's just to hit on some other storylines. This place is really racy. I'm surprised it's the fastest half mile in the country. I didn't believe that a few years ago. Thought it was Eldora. I'm wrong. I'm here to say it. This place is fast, but it's racy. It races like a smaller track. It's been good passing every night. Logan Schuchart, solid start to the year as well. He's not always so good here. I think we're seeing the Dryden, the NGK spark plugs coming on, just the extra sponsorship and being able to prepare well in the offseason.
This place historically is rough on motors. When you come here, what was it? The CJB team a couple years ago, they went through, 20 motors. I'm being facetious there, but it was a lot a couple years ago. So this place is notoriously hard on motors. So you have to have your motor program in line and in check when you come here to Volusia, just because you're on the hammer all the time. And today, the track's wet. and the air's damp. I mean, that we're in Florida. You know, it's humid all the time. So this track, it dries out, but it doesn't get like tracks up north where it goes dry, slick. It's slippery, but it's still got a ton of moisture in it, and you can use every ounce of horsepower you can get.
You know, we talked about motor. Spencer Basin lost a couple. Craig Kinzer last night was in a dash spot. He popped one. Kyle Larson won't be racing tonight because he burned a piston up last night. He's going to try and be back on Sunday. A lot going on. We got 2 more nights of racing at Volusia Speedway Park as part of the DIRTCar Nationals. It's windy. We got a chance of rain. Tonight's going to be dicey.
Look, it's still 40 degrees warmer than where I left, so I'll deal with it. I still got shorts on and a T-shirt. Everybody else walking around with hoodies on. I don't get it, but whatever.
Because you're Syracuse.
Yeah. Whatever happens, happens. We're here. We're at Volusia. You know, it's racing. It's February. What could be better?
Stay tuned at SprintCarUnlimited.com all weekend and all season for your sprint car needs.